Forgive Me Father was released in 2021 and it's from Byte Barrel. It's a retro horror Lovecraftian FPS. It's been recommended to me by one of my viewers. Sadism. The game's ridiculously difficult. Cheers for that, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. My name is Couch Coop. What was that? I found this PS4 physical for £4. This is being played on a PS5, however. Haven't spotted a PS5 physical version just yet. In actual fact, I've just checked the store. I think this is PS4 only. It does perform very well considering how busy the game is. There are minute drops in frame when you switch weapons, sometimes immediately after the save. That is all I have to say on the complaint front with this FPS. Other than that, it's rip-roaring. Some of its sensitivity and speed may put you off. Obviously adjust those variables. I kept it all as default. I've worked out that the left to right horizon axis is fine for me. It's as soon as I have to go up and down, shoot anything at height or near the ground, my twitch reactions just go completely out the window. Is your vertical axis a bit dodgy, or is senilism finally catching up with me? I want comments on either of those outcomes. There is no crouch, there is no lean, there is barely any stealth in this game. It does play like Doom, but it's a hell of a lot more unforgiving. Particularly those open view acts in World 1, you've got to be so on your toes with avoidance on the projectile front, but it does kind of gel after a while and you get the idea that this is something you are super locked in on. It's a very intense FPS experience. You will be forced to back up at high speed whilst shooting what's firing at you, and you will get caught on quite a lot of the furniture. Not too much of it, they've taken it into account, but I've never sworn at a stationary lamppost as much as I have in this video game. Soundtrack is a banger. Obviously clicks into some nice heavy melodies when things kick off. It's quite reactive, does give you that induced adrenaline mixed with a bit of panic. It likes to shut the door behind you, throw you down one-way corridors, put loads of enemies in your direction, and I love the design of these things. The load screens are pure art. You get to see the nightmare fuel you've got coming up, mermen, apocalyptic like malformations. It is pure Lovecraft. Hang on, I think I can do that in the Darkest Dungeon voice. Apocalyptic malformations. No, you can't. Whenever you are given loads of ammunition or health, you know something big's coming up, and I rarely felt that I had to be prudent with my weapons. You can be very trigger happy. There is a knife that you can upgrade, but I settled into this bolt gun meets Serious Sam game model. Boltgun is another fairly modern, retro-style first-person shooter set in the 40k universe. That reference is there because a lot of the sprites are actually 2D, but they always stay facing you so you don't actually see that lack of depth. I don't mind that, I think it's a pretty cool idea. The Serious Sam thing is of course a reference to explosive barrels, but also those projectiles which don't travel at massive speed, but they do go distant and they do track you with amazing accuracy. Some of the AI coding on these later enemies is unbelievable. It's almost like you're playing against Sutter Kane himself. There's this huge upgrade wheel that has way too many options in it. This is breeding, replay, or resetting your skill points. When you upgrade a gun, it actually changes physically within the game. You get to see this very cool mutation on it. I think that stuff goes a long way. At this early stage, you are given a slight bit of help to exist in this nightmare world, and it's the cross over there on the right that actually gives you health replenish. You build it up by doing the usual, but there's not loads of it, but it's damn handy at this stage. So Coop, what does it run at on the PlayStation 5? I'm actually struggling with that one a little bit. 60 frames per second confirmed, unless you're switching out a weapon after you've loaded the game up. But I can't see a solid resolution number. Pretty sure 1080 is confirmed, maybe there's some sampling, but no complaints with this game running on a PS5, even though it's a PS4 physical. Release an SSD version. Be more than happy to go out and grab that. I do want to mention that we get the choice of two characters, male and female. There's a priest. I don't mind his voice. In actual fact, it's kind of perfect for the role. Then I'm like, oh no, it's not. Well, think about it. Troy Baker is never going to do an indie game, is he? Let's be honest. I think he's a 6-figure number per hour. Someone called Jeffrey Rude. And he's also in the sequel, which I failed to mention yet in the video as well. Came out in 2023, and that 100% is a 9th generation video game. And will definitely make it on the channel. Yes, full damage is a thing, and you also get a very gored up version of your character's picture in the corner of the screen, depending on how much energy you've got left. Notice a set of keys at the bottom of the screen. There is quite a lot of go and get all the keys before you can progress, and that pushes towards multi-directional level design. And there is no mini-map, but they're not that complicated, and it does add to the immersion, being sort of half lost the whole time. Dang, this could have been a split screener. This would totally be able to run on the PlayStation 5. I did have one eye on that sequel, adding it potentially. And when I first saw the sort of press releases about this game and those two characters, I was like, whoa, this is indie. They could easily add that local co-op in, but never say never. Sticking on the horror topic and the indie side, I actually found 2014's Darkwood, which is a game I've wanted on the channel for a very long time. It's on a ginormous discount on PSN at the moment. I picked it up for about £3. Expect me to roll something out about that one shortly. I do have something else now in my repertoire to be able to combat these enemies, and it's kind of like a freeze projectile weapon which stops them dead, and I think they take a little bit more damage. Again, that becomes super handy. Notice also I'm not showing any major bosses. They are, spoiler, they're one of the greatest things about the whole video game. You must discover them for yourselves. Which one of these games have you played? The first one? The second one? You might be more of a Doom fan, which I put a video together for a couple of months ago, and I will plug till I'm blue in the face. It's going to get to 500 views. I'm going to do it. This level here is set in a sort of asylum, and there's people in these padded cells. They remind me of the witches in Left 4 Dead. To the person that recommended me this, thank you very much. I think it was a comment on my survival horror list. My name was, of course, CouchCoop. Unity PS5 60 frames per second patch content just round the corner. I'll see you down there.
Engines online.
Established.
What was that?